Second video, Algebra 2. This one won't be as long. So again, we're talking about graphs or function graphs, kind of like the pictures that we look like at the matching. So we're going to be using other terms, increasing, decreasing, constant. So when your graph's increasing, the number of values are getting bigger, but we will recognize the graph because it will start going up. We'll use the word decreasing. The numbers are getting smaller, but you'll recognize it as the graph is going down. And if it's constant, it stays the same, and our graph is a flat line, which, yeah, we've talked about by drawing before. Okay, so kind of, and I know you don't have all of this, but just some things to remember. We always need to, well, first off, make sure you realize we're going to be using, for increasing and decreasing, the x values. That is the first number of the coordinate. Remember, this is x, then we have y. We use that x value. We are going to be reading the book, or the graph, kind of like a book. So left to right, whoopsie daisies. Oh, that's painful, isn't it? There we go. All right. Left to right. We are going to be using interval notation, which again, we kind of said this before, but we'll be using the x values. And remember, whenever we have an arrow that goes to the left, we use that negative infinity, and the arrow that goes to the right, positive infinity. That's how you want to say it, but we just say infinity. Okay, so let's look at an example. Again, I apologize, I'm going to get rid of those ones that I have because we know Gonzalez can't figure out technology very well yet. I'm working on it. Working on it. Oops. Nope, don't want to get all of that. Oof. Okay, that was almost bad. All right, let's look at this picture a little bit more. So again, kind of like the last example from the last one, we are going to use whole numbers, not decimals on this, or integers, not decimals. The maximum, again, going over that, it is the top of the graph. So we have two of them here, and we will label that -1, -3, and 2, 3. We only have one minimum, which is here, and we're going to label that 0, -5. So we're not doing everything we did from the graphs before. Eventually we'll be including all of it, but right now let's focus on the increasing and decreasing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write those x values that we just talked about. Remember, it's kind of big. We need to know those x values, x values, x values. I'm going to write those on my graph because I'm going to need to know. So that is -1, that is 0, and that is 2. Now, anytime we have an arrow on the left, remember we just talked about, we label that negative infinity. And anytime we have an arrow on the right, wherever it's pointing, it's still on the right side, it's positive infinity. I am afraid of heights. Just this is something big for me to share with you guys. And I do not like roller coasters. Worlds of Fun and I do not get along. Snoopy Land or whatever it's, Snoopyville, I can't even handle those little rides because I do not like any sort of height. But if I was riding this roller coaster, I would describe this part as going up. Now the word I use that is increasing. And it is negative infinity where it starts, and then it gets the top at -1. So I've now dealt with that part of the graph, here and here. So now my roller coaster would make me scream because it's going downhill. Whoops. So decreasing. Oh, going back. Well, we'll go back. Hold on. And that is decreasing. It started at -1 and it decreased to 0. Again, those are the numbers that I put in. Now to group these together, since it's a continuous movement, it's not a stopping part, we put parentheses around the increasing and decreasing for all of the increasing and decreasing. All right, so now I'm doing okay because my roller coaster is going up or increasing. Now it is increasing from here to here. So 0 to 2, Oops, wrong color. And then I really don't like this roller coaster because it's going a mega downhill, and it is going from this 2 to this infinity. So another way of saying it is to infinity, and one of my favorite movies, Toy Story and beyond. Now you're always going to say that. Now to group these together to say that they are going to combine to one graph, we put what's called a union in the middle. So it's a U. We'll talk more about that throughout. I mainly just want to get you focusing on the increasing and decreasing. All right, so let's try another one. Very nice graph I have here. So again, just sketch the graph as best as you can, and write the little information that we're going to find out below on this. Because this one has a little bit more information that we're going through. So first off, we want to talk about our maximum, which is -3, 2. Now, our minimum is here. It's kind of hard to see, that's why I'm helping with you, as 1, and we're going to say -2. And we're not including this because it didn't change direction. We're going to keep that so far just there. But just to let you know, we're going to label those values, the x values on our graph here. So -3 and 1. Just so we know this is a 4 for the x value. So again, remember what a left arrow is always, no matter where it's pointing, -infinity, and no matter where the right arrow is pointing, it's infinity. So back to my roller coaster fear, this one I think I could handle because first we're going up, increasing, and we're going to use those values, the left one to the right. So it is increasing from -infinity to -3, always putting parentheses around it. I feel like this is kind of a gradual decrease, going down a little bit, kind of a Snoopy Land type of roller coaster. And remember, we're using that -3 still. We're also going to use that 1, and it goes the smallest number first. Parentheses around it. Then it starts going up or increasing. I want to make sure I put my little U in between. And then it flattens out, which I think that's why I like this roller coaster, because it ends just flat. So we use that 4, and then it keeps going and going and going. We keep that infinity, all with parentheses. So the next one I want you guys to try on your own, see how it goes, because if you get this mega roller coaster style graph, you'll do pretty well. So pause it, and we'll come back and we'll try it out here. All right, welcome back. Let's see how it went. So I'm going to label, there's like so many points going on here. The maximum, it's kind of hard to see. Got a 1, 3. And then we have a minimum here and a minimum here. Put that 1 there to help us out. And this one is -5. Let's say about -2. And the other one is 4, -4, let's say. All right. Left arrow is always -infinity. Right arrow is always infinity. I don't like the start of this graph. I do not like the start of this roller coaster because it is decreasing. Oh, I forgot to put my values there. 5, 1, and 4. So it's decreasing, which it's okay for it to start off -infinity to -5. It's okay to start off as a decrease. It could start off as a constant. It does not matter. Then the roller coaster gets better for me. I need to know that x value, so I'm just going to use that 3. So then it goes from -5 to -3 increasing. Then we flatten out. Remember, that's constant. That's a 1. And then, even though it's a little bit of curve, it's still rising up. Sorry, that'd be a -1, pardon me. So that's increasing, -1 to 1. Then I don't like this roller coaster because it goes a big decrease of 1 to 4. This x value, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're increasing 4 to 5. And then I'm okay with this roller coaster at the end because it's flattening out. 5, infinity. All with U's in the middle. Whoops, should have put that there. All right, so now go ahead and try assignment and look on the canvas to see which ones I want you to do. And again, sketch the picture, but you can look at it and just write the answers. Mainly want to see how you're understanding. Ask us some questions if you need it, and hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Thanks.